Hi everyone, so I'm doing this new series as a gift for all of my subscribers because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know that a lot of people enjoyed my Rahu and Ketu series, the North Node series that I did a few years ago, because I don't always only make astrology videos. But I thought that this time I will make some fun videos on how we do relationships according to astrology. And if you are interested in a certain person and you know what sign they are, even if you don't, you have an idea of their birthday, you can find it out, which I'm going to show you how in this video as well. And then you can find out what kind of relationships they like, how are they in relationships, even though perhaps you haven't had like very in-depth interactions with them, you don't know how they are in relationships. Astrology can give you hints into that. And in today's video I'm going to be describing mainly four things to you, which is their approach in relationships, what is their approach and values, what they like, what kind of relationships they are into, what kind of women, men, people they like, their ideal partner, what are they attracted to basically, what not to do with the person who has that sign, and also ideas about dating, about what kind of dates to organize, or if you're not the one organizing, what kind of dates might they like, or how they like to be romanced, what they like in partnership. So these are the four things that I'll be discussing with you today and I hope that you enjoy this series. I hope that it's going to be fun for some of you out there. And right after this, by the way, there's going to be time slots below this video. So there's, in the beginning I'm going to show you how to find these signs if you don't know, if you're a complete beginner. But if you know the sun, moon, and rising sign, sun, moon and rising or ascendant sign basically of the person, but most importantly their Venus sign as well. So if you know these details, then you can skip to whichever sign you want to watch. Like, if you're looking for Aries, then you jump to that or whatever sign it is, then you just jump to that video basically. And you can watch the videos for all of these signs. So if you're interested in a person, watch the video for their sun sign, for their moon sign, for their rising or ascendant sign, as well as their Venus sign, and especially their Venus sign. Make sure to watch that video. And even if you don't have a person in mind, you can watch it for yourself, so you discover more about how you do relationships. So go to your own chart and find out what your sun, moon, rising are, and especially where your Venus is, and watch the video for that sign or all of those signs. If you enjoy what you hear today, then I have all kinds of astrological services. I've even added new ones. I have two readings that I do that are perhaps one of the most popular services on my site, that I've got the most orders for, are my astrology services. They're related to relationships, about finding out how you do relationships, things and patterns that are hidden and subconscious, which come in the way of forming like these relationships that are balanced and that are going to fulfill us. They also reveal what kind of relationships we attract. So it goes very, very in depth looking at your chart, which is beyond even the birth chart, because there are other charts in astrology that reveal a more in-depth insight. So I also do relationship matching, so that you can find out how you relate to your partner or someone you're interested in, what kind of dynamics there are, and suggestions on how you can work with those as well, and how you can empower yourself within them to improve the relationship. And then finally, I have life purpose readings, where you can find out about what your life purpose is, at a spiritual level, at a physical level. So again, it goes very in depth and beyond the birth chart. So you can find all of those details on my website. The links will be below this video. And now if you want to find out what all of your signs are, or the signs for the person you're interested in, then I will take you through that in this short clip right now. And if you know what the signs are, then please just jump straight on to the right video within this playlist. Okay, so how do you find where your sun, moon, rising sign or ascendant, rising and ascendant is the same thing. So how do you find what those three are for you or the person you're you're inquiring about? And also, where is your Venus sign or their Venus sign, which is really important to find. So in order to find that, you go to astro.com. So just, go to your browser and type astro.com. Then you'll arrive at this page, and here you'll see My Astro. So this is the one that we want to click. And then after that, you'll get to a page like this. I already have some data mentioned here for people, for myself and other people that I know. So if you are a first-time user, you're going to need to add new Astro data over here. So you add your name. You don't have to use your full name if you don't want to, put out that information on the internet. Just use like I would use an S for my name because my name is Shruti. You don't need to put the last name, and gender you can just put whatever. It's not really going to affect the results. Your birthday, of course, everybody knows what their birthday is, and then the hour. So when you put the hour, let's say you don't know the, you put a time and it's like 15 minutes off here and there, or even more than that, the sun sign is still going to come out accurate. And let's see what other signs are there. So the Venus sign will also be fine. So you can check for your sun and Venus sign if you don't know your birth time or the person's birth time. And to some degree, you can even check for the moon. The moon would be accurate unless it's changed into another sign on that day. So the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. And that would change if you have entered the wrong time and it was changing on that day. They change from one sign to another. But to some degree you can get the moon, but the ascendant sign or the rising sign, that will be completely off if you don't know your birth time. So put in an accurate birth time, the time that you have on your birth chart, in order to get proper results. Otherwise, just check for the sun sign and the Venus sign, and to some degree the moon sign you can also check and see if it resonates. So we put that here. We put it by the minute if we have that information. And then of course you put your country, and you put your country, and then after the country you put the place here. So for example, for me, if I put India and I put New Delhi, it should show up like this. It'll show me the coordinates, it'll pop up. Now if it doesn't do that, let's say you've come from a smaller town, then just go for the nearest one, the nearest big city close to you. And then after that you need to click on that, and then press continue, and it will generate the chart. So since I already have my information, I'll show you my chart. So this is mine because it's fed, I logged in, so my details are already here. So I'm just going to click on this, and it's going to show me. I go on the chart drawing of the ascendant once I sign in, and that's the one we want. So we just click on that, and it shows me my chart right over here. So here you can see in this table, it has all the signs. My sun is in Libra, my moon is in Aries, my Venus is in Scorpio, and the rising sign is over here, AC, ascendant. So you will find it below this table, ascendant, Cancer. So these are basically the signs that you want. Be sure that you also check for the Venus sign, not only the sun sign and the moon sign and the ascendant or the rising sign, but the Venus sign is going to be important for this video. So that's basically all you need. Once you have this information, just write it down on a piece of paper, and you can do this for whoever you're checking it for or yourself, and then just watch the video for all of those signs. Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be speaking about Virgo in love and relationships, love and romance with the Virgo. So watch this video if you either have Virgo as your sun, moon or rising sign, or if you have Venus in Virgo. At the same time, you can watch this video if you're interested in someone and they have these placements, their sun, moon or rising sign in Virgo, but especially if they have their Venus in Virgo. So Venus in Virgo shows that the person who has Venus in Virgo, they do their relationships in particular like a Virgo. If it's their sun, moon or rising in Virgo, then that shows that generally that's how they are as a person. It's part of their personality, and so some of that is going to translate in relationships. But when we look at the Venus sign, when a person's Venus is in Virgo, then they're going to be very Virgo-like in their relationships for sure, no matter what their other personality signs are. So what happens if someone has Venus in Virgo or is Virgo strong in their chart somehow? So some of the values that they are all about, I'm going to tell you what the values are, and then we'll get into the other bits. So the values of a Virgo are simplicity, service, purity, balance, and organization. So these are just some of the words that came to me. And it's basically simplicity and service is what, when I think of a Virgo, I'm thinking about just this this sense of think of a doctor, because a doctor is one of the archetypes that relates to Virgo. What does a doctor do? A doctor knows the body and knows how the body is balanced, and when there's one thing that is imbalanced in the body, it affects everything else. So their job is to sort of maintain that overall balance, that everything is in place, everything is in working order, every minute detail is working as it should, and the overall system is in balance because of that. So they are very good organizers naturally, and it's an earth sign, so they have a good sense of organization because of that as well. They're very, very good at details, at noticing details. This might not be, they might not be noticing every kind of detail everywhere, but whatever they are interested in, there'll be some aspect of their life where they're very detail oriented, and generally speaking, good organizers as well. And especially good organizers of routine as well. Sorry about that sound behind me. There's people playing, kids playing in the playground, so there's nothing I can do about this noise. Hopefully the camera is not picking it up too loud. But okay, so if you want to get with a Virgo, what should you not do? So sometimes you'll see a Virgo and they'll have this nervous energy, it's like they're always anxious, something like that, or they have this very alive, like nervous energy. This is because it again comes from that instinct of wanting to keep everything in balance, because they can see all the problems before they happen. They're very good at keeping everything in balance and noticing where something is off. And this is why they like routine so much as well, because a routine is something that is well established, that works, just like the flow of the body. It's something that exists, that always works. So if you don't upset any one thing, that's really important to them, that nothing is becomes upset. So whatever their routine is, whatever structure and organization they have in their life, in their home or at their work or whatever it might be, they tend to get really anxious when something disturbs that. So don't be the person disturbing that. Don't try and force them. Don't tell them things like don't be so anxious. I mean, you can do it in a loving way, of course, when they are overdoing it, let's say, because Virgos can tend to do that. They can tend to get over anxious and over perfectionistic. But if you're doing it in a way that you don't understand where they're coming from, then this can really, especially if the person has Venus in Virgo, this is going to be their relationship value, that and it can be something that sort of puts them off. So if you give your Virgo some room to be that sort of nervous wreck or that perfectionistic person, then they will really love you for that, because it's hard to find people who sort of respect that and can sort of have compassion for that. So if you are somebody who allows them to be themselves in this way, and because you understand where they're coming from, it really comes from this inner sense of keeping everything simple. It's like they see all the details, like I was explaining, that archetype of the body. So let's go back to that. The archetype of the body, there's so many minute parts inside the body, and even if one gets upset, it affects like the whole organism, basically the whole body. So they tend to see all the details, but the main essence of Virgo to me is simplicity, is that one thing. So it's like this whole body as a total thing. So even though they are associated, the sign of Virgo is associated with minute details, at the same time there's this simplicity to them, this purity to them, that they see everything, they want everything to be perfect, because they see it as that how do I explain it? It's like when you think of God, or source, the source of all that is. The source of all that is created everything in perfection. There was nothing unbalanced that was there. And Virgos want to sort of have taken on the task to keep it that way, in a sense. So they, even though they can sort of have this habit of nitpicking and criticizing people, especially their partners, especially a person who has Venus in Virgo can be someone who is very, very critical. But at the same time, they're doing it because, again, they have a sense of what can go wrong and how something can get imbalanced before other people who don't have Virgo in their chart. And because they can pick it out, they tend to point it out, because they can see, the havoc that can happen because of it beforehand. So this is their way of showing affection and love. When a person has Venus in Virgo, if they are working hard in trying to perfect you, whatever their idea of that is, or to keep things in balance, then that is a way of them showing their love. It's a bit more practical. It's not so, fancy and flouncy, and it's not so romantic, let's say. But this is how a Virgo loves. They keep that. That's what they know, because they know how to keep that structure and balance and organization in place. So they extend that to their partners. It's really their way of showing love. So partners who understand this and get it and can appreciate that, you will keep your Virgo forever. Because Venus in Virgo is not a good placement for Venus. Venus is luxury, enjoying ourselves, how we feel sensual when we want to have a good time. And when it's in the sign of Virgo, it wants to perfect all of that. So when you want to feel, like, let's say you're going to something that you enjoy, like you want to go watch a movie or you want to go to the spa, if you're someone who has Venus in Virgo, a lot of the time you'll be picking out the fault, and that's what will be visible to you. So Venus is not really comfortable there in that sense. The energies don't jive together that well. But so what happens is that for people who are a little bit more immature, sometimes Venus in Virgo can be one of those signs that cheats, or one of those signs where relationships go south, because again, it's the sign of trying to perfect things, seeing problems. But that's why I'm trying to bring home the archetype of Virgo to you in this video, is because if you are interested in a Virgo, or if you are one yourself, then when you understand this, you see the reason behind why that happens. Then the moment that a person understands this and appreciates them, that's basically all that they need, and that is how you will keep your Virgo and perhaps keep your relationship from going south in that sense. So those are some don'ts. Let me see if there's anything else that I've written in the don'ts. Yeah, give them some room for them to freak out and have that nervous energy. They need to perfect things. They will have some anxiety, so allow them some space at least to do that. Praise them for their constant efforts, because they are making constant efforts. If they're a Virgo, they're making constant efforts to keep things in balance, whatever it might be. For example, I've seen Virgos who are, female, if they are working from home, let's say if they've had a child and they're working from home, or generally, they always work from home or whatever. They will be the ones who are providing this routine, this sense of routine, such amazing mothers to their children. The way that they do that is by bringing together the perfect routine, so the child knows what to expect. The child wakes up at a certain hour, it isn't erratic. There's this set thing and everything gets done, even though, like, for example, I have a friend who's a working mother, and she has a little kid basically right now. So she's very busy with her work, she's very accomplished in her work, but at the same time now she has this child, and there is this very set routine that they have, that she has established for the whole day, where they wake up at a certain hour. Right after they wake up, they go to a walk at the beach or whatever, someplace in nature. Then they come back within 1 hour, and then everybody gets ready for work, and then the parents head out, and then the daycare starts, or the nanny comes in, or whatever it is. Then at a certain hour in the afternoon, she takes a break from her work and she comes home, or the father comes home, so that is set as well. And then again they go out, and then the mother has a certain hour, so it's like very regimented, and because of that they make it work. They make sure that nothing is lost out, that that the father and the mother can manage their work. At the same time, the child does not suffer and gets enough time, enough attention. Twice a day is going out into nature and gets all of that as well. And it works perfectly, you see. And for example, this mother, when she was still pregnant, she was doing all kinds of research on all these cutting edge methods on parenting. They took different classes as well, because of which they're more aware than most parents that I've seen about how a child's mind works, and at what stage what is appropriate and things like that. At the same time, like, she has a dog as well, and when her dog was sick, there was again all of this research done. She knows everything there is to know about dogs and kids, and so this is a Virgo, putting in that amount of effort. This is why I took the time to tell you this story, because they will put in this amount of effort for something that they love. in making it perfect. So that's their way of showing love, even if it's not, you know, showering you with like lots of money, like expensive gifts or whatever it is. So when a person does not appreciate that, like for the moments that they can become critical, when that routine gets destabilized somehow or whatever, and the relationship goes south, then of course this is hurtful to a Virgo. So someone who can love them for that, of course within reason, they will tend to stay, and that would be a perfect relationship that is sustainable with a Virgo and a Venus in Virgo. Okay, so if a Venus in Virgo, now this, what I'm speaking now will be specifically for people who have Venus in Virgo. These are the type of people that they like, and perhaps qualities that they like in people. So if a person has Venus in Virgo, the type of a partner they like is someone who is kind of pure, you know, who has this pure quality. I have a lot of Virgos in my life somehow, throughout, you know, growing up, even now. And I have this childlike nature, right? So so many Virgos have told me that I'm so pure and stuff. And so they like that. They like this innocent quality. One of the archetypes of Virgo is an innocent girl, a prepubescent girl, basically. And like I've been saying, it's associated with purity. So they do love that quality in people. So if a person has that, and it's very transparent, there's this naivety almost, you know, to you. So they like people who have this quality of purity, basically. They also like people who are practical, people who have an earthy nature, who are, you know, practical, logical, good organizers. A person who has Venus in Virgo, I'm not talking now about Sun in Virgo and stuff, that shows their personality. But if someone has Venus in Virgo, that means they're looking for a partner who is organized, you know, who is the things that I described, who has like a good sense of structure, and is discriminating. They like the simple elegance as well. So when it comes to aesthetic, grace is the word that comes to me. Purity is the word that comes to me. So they like the simple elegance. It's about simplicity. It's an earth sign. Like this natural sort of beauty, you can say, basically. If a Virgo tells you that you're so pure, a few Virgos have told me this, you know, and I knew when they said this that they really loved me, because this is the biggest thing for a Virgo. They are always trying to perfect things. They think that things are not perfect, you know, and if they tell you that you're pure, that is like saying, you know, purity is like God to them, basically. So that is one way of them showing affection, if they're telling you that you're pure. That means you're in. So my point of telling you this was that if a Virgo tells you this, especially a Venus in Virgo, that means you're in with them. Let's see what else. Yeah, so they might look pure or innocent looking people. They don't necessarily like people who are spendthrifts. If a person has Venus in Virgo, they like people who are good managers, like, you know, people who are good at managing money, like they're not into overspending and stuff like that, because Virgo again is a practical sign. It's a discriminating sign, so it's not just going to spend on everything and accumulate clutter. That's like their worst nightmare, that they have clutter around, you know. It's like everything has a place, everything has value, everything has a function, and it all blends perfectly together, and there should be nothing out of place. So even their spending and everything tends to be in such a way, generally speaking, that honors that. If you're planning a date with a Virgo, then plan something that is a place that is simple, that is elegant, maybe a place in nature, because it's one of the signs that is associated with nature. Like when I think of green grass, green is one of the colors of Virgo as well. So that is something that they might enjoy, something that is natural, like a natural environment, and something simple. Green spaces, understated elegance is the key when it comes to dressing and when it comes to choosing the decor. Then if you're planning, let's say, a trip with them, make sure it's a well-planned trip. Either you let your Virgo do the planning, otherwise it's going to really upset them if your planning is not... I've had this experience myself with a Virgo a couple of times, and because, you know, they will be meticulous with it. but a well-planned trip with the details well thought out in a way that everything flows well and they don't have to worry about the loopholes. This is really important. So if you want them to actually relax, because otherwise you plan a trip for them and it'll turn out to be rather than something relaxing, like a nightmare for them. If they're constantly, they can see beforehand that something can be a loophole that you haven't planned and you're saying, no, I have it under control, let's just have fun now and tomorrow we'll see how to get to that place and blah blah. This is going to keep them anxious, you know. So make sure it's well planned out if it's something you're planning for them. Then carry through on what you have promised. So with a Virgo, if you want to keep your Virgos, if you have promised something, please do carry through with it, you know, because this is a Virgo quality. They are very reliable, very diligent. One of the archetypes of the Virgo is the secretary. So again, you know, a secretary has to be one of the most reliable people, because, you know, let's imagine, like for example in my school, because I'm a teacher, so our principal has a secretary. Like imagine if the secretary screws things up, you know, when it comes to the schedule of the principal or the emails that are coming in, and she gets things mixed up. So she has to be the most reliable person, you know, where let's say dignitaries are meeting other dignitaries and things are going on, so the whole schedule can get wrecked basically. So if a person has Venus in Virgo, or if you are organizing a date with a Virgo, you're in a relationship with a Virgo, make sure that whatever you have promised, you deliver on that and try and be on time, and things like this matter to them basically when it comes to routine and keeping your word and all of that. Let's see what else. Their love language is service. So this is something that is so beautiful. This is why I love Virgos, and I love all the Virgos that I have in my life. One of their love languages is service. They show up when you need them, you know. So it's not always about bringing flowers and gifts and stuff. It's more about practically they're there, you know. Again, you know, the archetype of Virgo is doctors, sometimes nurses and stuff. So they will sort of be there when you are most in need if they love you. So this is again another expression of their love, how they show love. Let's see, it's an intellectual sign as well. So other than everything else that I've described, it's a very intellectual sign. And so if you are organizing a date, you know, perhaps a seminar or a class on something that they are interested in, what you guys are mutually interested in, or whatever you have gone to watch, even if it's just a movie, if you can discuss that in an intelligent way, if you can be critical, be discerning, then that can be something that also is quite enjoyable to a Venus in Virgo, or generally to a Virgo. So that is an interesting idea for a date as well. So I hope that this video helped you. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated with you, and don't forget to check out the services that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I have various astrology services that can really take you deeper into your relationships especially, but I also have other services that are not related to relationships. So whether you're single or with someone, there's really readings for all of those different things. Then the final thing I want to say that's really important is watch videos for various signs. What I mean by that is that you are not just one sign. So for example, I'm a Cancer rising, but I have a Libra sun and I have an Aries moon, and my Venus is in Scorpio. So if I wanted to get a full perspective on how I do relationships, or if I was interested in someone, then I would look at all of these signs. So Venus, the Venus sign would be the most important in my book, but the other signs are also important to get an overall perspective of what that person is like in relationships. So let me know how you find these videos. Do consider subscribing if you like this, and share this video with others. Give it a thumbs up because that really helps me out. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.